remaining from Daytona International Speedway. The Lucas Oil Slick Mist 200 on its final 2.5 miles. Bobby Gerhart in command of this race. Mark Thompson running second.
Boy, that Gerhart car is strong, man. He comes up off of turn 2, gaps the guys behind him a little bit.
Frank Kimmel had problems earlier. He moves to the inside. He's a slower lap car.
They just can't close that. That 5 car came off of turn 2 that time. Man, he put some distance. There is a lap car. This could be a problem.
Bobby Gerhart and Bill Gerhart spend all their time working on Superspeedway practice and testing, and it is going to pay off. Bobby Gerhart coming into the Tri-Oval. He will win his 6th Superspeedway race from Daytona International Speedway.
And Danica finished 7th. Car 7 finished 7th.
Here they come to the slower lap traffic. Infinger in front of Steve Arpin. When they come to the stripe, it'll be the final lap. 1 lap to go from Talladega. Infinger in front.
Right now, it's Enfinger's job to keep the 55 behind him. He has no control if they get 3 or 4 wide. He's got to keep the closest car behind him. Right now, Dakota has a run on the outside.
Dakota Armstrong, the strong car, coming out onto the backstretch. They're moving back and forth, jockeying for position as they go down the backstretch.
Look at Hessert on the inside.
Craig Ghost gives Tom Hessert a shove. Hessert looking to get by the 22. Now problems. The 55 of Arpin spins.
Coulter gets turned around.
No caution flag as of yet. The field making their way into the Tri-Oval. They still don't throw the yellow. It's going to be the 22. Dakota Armstrong coming out of the Tri-Oval will win at Talladega.
Patrick Shelter, with all that damage to his car, comes home in 2nd.
More to go from Daytona.
And there goes the 77 to the outside. Let's see who goes with him, if anybody does.
He's going to try to force his way back to the inside. Doesn't make it.
Joey Licata had a run. He thought he would take advantage of it. Doesn't get by the 17.
Somebody had to make a move. That's going to happen again going down the back. I got to believe. Going into turn 3.
Now's the time to do it.
I believe that 17
Look for
is
some
going
space.
What will Chris Buescher do? Will he stay behind the 5 all the way down the backstretch? Last time he gave him a push. This time, Bobby Gerhart pulls out to a 2-car length lead as they go into 3.
I don't believe he can do it from here. I mean, Gerhart's got a pretty comfortable little lead there. So just a short drive down here to the start-finish line now.
Here comes Buescher with some momentum.
Coming out of turn 4 into the Tri-Oval. Will he make the move? Bobby Gerhart, Chris Buescher. It's Gerhart winning for the 7th time at Daytona. Through the Tri-Oval, side by side for the lead. Here comes Bobby Gerhart to the outside. Who'll have the lead with 1 to go? Kimmel has it by 1 foot. 1 lap to go at Talladega.
Ty Dillon hooked right up to the back of Kimmel. They ease away from the 5 of Gerhart for now.
Gaps between the top 3. Kimmel, less than half a lap to go to get back to victory lane in the ARCA Racing Series. Ty Dillon closing in now. Bobby Gerhart still on the outside, trying to get a draft, trying to make it 9 wins for his career.
Ty Dillon looks to the outside. He's got to do something. It opens up the bottom for Hudson.
Here they come out of turn number 4. Kimmel, the closest to the start-finish line. Dillon makes his move to the outside as they close in on the Tri-Oval. Does he have enough time? Here comes Kimmel through the Tri-Oval. Here comes Dillon at the stripe. It's Ty Dillon winning this one.
How about that? He used the 5 car of Bobby Gerhart for momentum.
Ty Dillon times it out perfectly, meaning 1 more lap of racing at Daytona. White flag in the air. Brandon McReynolds 2.5 miles away from his first victory in the ARCA Racing Series.
Brandon McReynolds had a great run at Talladega last year, had a fuel pickup issue, was not in contention at the end of the race, even though he was running up front. He's got about 3/4 of a lap here to get it done.
Will someone gamble and peek outside of this line? Down the backstretch they go sideways. Back about 6th place was Charleston, I believe.
I believe that was Brett Hudson in the
just behind him in the 09.
Got turned completely sideways and saved it.
Into turn 3 and 4 for potentially the final time. Brandon McReynolds in front of Chris Windham, trying to hold on. Coming out of turn number 4.
Look at the
run. Look at the run by Bobby Gerhart.
as they pass across start-finish line. And all sorts of cars out of fuel. Great variation in speed, and somebody got together.
They need to slow it down here. This race is over. There's cars flying through here with cars sideways. Did we just say you can't count Bobby Gerhart out until the checkered flag flies? Bill Gerhart celebrating, saying, how did this just happen? Can Lofton hang on, or will McReynolds make the move to get into victory lane for the first time?
I don't think the guys on the outside were able to get together enough to really make anything happen.
Now Lofton runs off that yellow line, making that car as wide as he can through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch they go. Where will the move be made? Will it be coming out of turn number 4? We're about to find out. Will they get a run? Chad Hockenbraugh runs in the 3rd spot. Tom Hessert in 4th. Steve Blackburn back in 5th.
It almost looks like nobody's close enough to anybody to be much help. Now it looks like Hockenbraugh is going to pull up on the back of Brandon McReynolds.
Hockenbraugh gives the 32 a shove. Coming out of turn number 4. Will it be enough? As they come out of 4, trying to get to the outside. Lofton trying to make the car as wide as he can. McReynolds makes the pass as they go through the triangle. Can he hang on until they get to the stripe? McReynolds will win at Talladega.
With a lot of help from Chad Hockenbraugh.
Brandon McReynolds with the shove from Chad Hockenbraugh, and look at that emotion coming from his father. First win in the ARCA Racing Series. He gets by the slower lap traffic, and now he's going to move all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack.
Nice move. It looked like he never had to break stride. You see Kyle Larson is able to get in front of Thomas Prater. Thomas had to make a late pit stop.
Now it's 1 car length as they work through 3 and 4 and come out to the tri-oval. John West Townley, after winning the pole here at Daytona, now being chased by Kyle Larson, coming into the tri-oval. John West Townley will win at Daytona.
Rain coming down pretty heavy, and looks like celebration up here. Jim, are you with our winner today?
And indeed, they have called the race due to weather. Frank Kimmel wins career win number 77, 2 at Talladega, but a racetrack I'm sure he's happy. He's won here again for the 2nd time.
Time around at Daytona.
Remember, the ARCA Racing Series will finish under green in NASCAR. Once you see the white flag, the next flag finishes it. If this race were to go under caution right now, we would have a green-white checker.
All right, Phil, you only have a couple seconds, but tell me your strategy if you're Frank Kimmel. Do you try to move out of line and see if Clay Campbell will go with you?
You wait till the last second, I think. You see right now Grant Enfinger right on the bottom of the racetrack. Look at Bobby Gerhart go out. If he sees cars coming on the outside with a run, he may pull out to get that push.
That's exactly what Bobby Gerhart has done. He's got that run. He's on the outside. The momentum stalls a bit, though, as they go through 3 and 4. He's on the outside of Tommy Hessert, battling for the 4th spot. Coming out of turn number 4, Grant Enfinger. Just a few hundred yards to go. Enfinger looking for his first win at Daytona. Enfinger's going to win it here.
Look at John West.
John West Townley has to go down the racetrack to try to avoid contact.
That moves Mason Mitchell out to the outside. I don't think Mason wanted to be out there. He got shoved out there.
White flag is thrown. 1 lap to go. Tom Hessert in front of the field. Austin Wayne Self running in the 2nd position.
See, John West moves to the outside to try to get a little bit of momentum. He needs some help up there.
John West Townley, just a few laps ago, leading, looked comfortably out in front of this field. Then it was Bobby Gerhart who made the late charge, was able to get out front. Now it's Tom Hessert leading with less than half a lap to go.
John West needs some help. Scott Sheldon's going to try to get to his inside.
4th, the best finish for Tom Hessert ever at Talladega. That happened in 2012. And into the wall goes the Phoenix Air car. Tom Hessert coming into the tri-oval. The caution's not going to come out. The checkered flag will fly. Tom Hessert wins at Talladega.
Late charge by John West Townley moved him up to 2nd, but what an outstanding job by that 77 of Tom Hessert.
Win number 4 for Tom Hessert. What a run for that team.
Side by side for 3rd. That's really going to help these 2 cars out front.
Suarez going to have a chance to make a move, but likely not going to have any drafting help. Although Cody Coughlin starting to make it happen in that outside lane. He's getting a push from another Venturini car and Frank Kimmel. They're into 3 for the final time.
I think they're going to run out of time. Grant Enfinger's in the driver's seat here as they exit turn 4.
Suarez looks to the outside. Enfinger slides up. They come to the tri-oval at Daytona. Grant Enfinger leads the most laps and goes back-to-back at Daytona.
A victory last year, but this is a whole
2.66 miles to finish it. Race 5 in 2015 for the ARCA Racing Series, presented by Menards.
Tom Hessert out of gas.
Yeah, he's out of gas. We went to overtime. They were concerned about fuel, put Blake Jones out front. That's Brandon Jones behind him. Cody Coughlin in third.
It must have just coughed. He got down in the flat and maybe back up to speed, but it's going to be too late, Adam.
In position to win at Talladega for the second year in a row. Had a problem fueling the car on their only pit stop of the day. They were concerned about was it full or not, and the answer is no. We've gone to overtime, and the additional lap is going to cost him.
Right now, Blake Jones saying, please stay side by side behind me, and let's get to this race before the caution comes out. Get to the start-finish line.
Look at them. They're 3 wide. This is great for Blake Jones. Through the tri-oval, checkered flag is out, and it's waving for Blake Jones. First career win comes at Talladega.
What an outstanding job by that 18-year-old, but your heart breaks for Tom Hessert.
John West Townley, 2.5 miles away from his second win at Daytona.
See Frank Kimmel jump on the line back there running around 7th or 8th. He's got a little bit of help on the outside. Is he going to have enough time?
Good start to what could be his final season in the ARCA Racing Series. Drafting help from Cole Custer is there. And he's getting a big push. Kevin Thomas Jr. also in that mix with Frank Kimmel. Not sure they have enough time to get to John West Townley. The leaders in turn 4 for the final time. Big shove in that outside lane for Frank Kimmel.
How about all the way right now up to the 4th spot?
Where did the momentum come from? The 10-time champion trying to make it happen in the outside lane, but he's not going to get there. John West Townley, a winner at the World Center of Racing.
Laps to go.
The spotters have got to be telling these guys. Oh, and Gerhard gets shuffled out. Oh, hard contact into the wall. The number 14 of Dustin Knowles really slams into the wall. Another car, 2 cars involved. Gerhard is junk.
Mark Thompson, the 66, involved.
So the yellow flag is going to come out here, and the ARC officials are saying to us, because of impending darkness, they are going to throw the checkered flag here. And I believe our winner is going to be Josh Williams.
Yes, whoever was out front when the caution flag was displayed. And
all right, Josh Williams down on the inside.
Watch the outside law. There's a yellow light. It looks to me like certainly right there that the 98's out front.
Wow, this is going to be a tight one for the ARC officials to make the decision. Briscoe to the inside, Tom Hessert outside, but look how close the 6 and the 98 of Gus Dean are. The winner of this race is Gus Dean. Josh Williams will finish second.
How about that? What an amazing job by both of those young men. How about Gus Dean? To really keep that outside line away. It would be nice if that contact.
And hard into the wall. And it looks like the 33 of Fontaine is
on his
on
side.
His lid now.
See Bobby Gerhart also involved.
And because of that, we are not going to be able to resume as what I'm hearing at this point. So this one is going to be official, and Austin Theriault is a winner at Daytona in the ARCA Racing Series. Congratulations to Austin Theriault, his second career win. As we see the white flag, just under 2.5 miles remaining. Just over 2.5 miles remaining here at Talladega.
Cody Robaugh making a move on the outside. That black number 70 has Brett Holmes tucked right up against him. They need to make something happen. They'll lose that lead drive. Here we go. Wow. The move. Oh, trouble.
And Holmes into the wall hard. For the moment, we stay green. And now the caution is out. Brandon Lynn is in front.
Remember, ARCA Racing Series will finish this race under checker. This race is not complete. They will not race around to the checkered flag.
Issue here. Pace car is pulling down pit lane, back through the tri-oval. The green and white together. We will have one more lap at Talladega. Haley on the bottom in the white car. Herbst in the NOS car. The 18 on the top side. Who's going to get it at Talladega and ARCA as we go back to green with the white flag?
Well, they were 4 wide going across the start-finish line for about 10th.
And they touch in front a second time.
How about Seiss right there?
A third time they bang.
Look at Shane Lee on the outside, the black 22.
The front two are still stuck together. Now they're lined up in rows of 2 again. Headed down the backstretch. A half a lap to go at Talladega.
Good push on the inside. Look at Haley. He may have too much of a gap, though. How about Andy Seiss, that 0-2 car?
Got one more shot to do it right here.
So Herbst has fallen back. Haley in front. Seiss through the tri-oval. Checkered flag at Talladega. And Justin Haley has won his Superspeedway debut. They're in a pack. Creed into turn number 2. Gregson a car length behind. Another car length back to Braden. Here comes Corrigan in that blue 43 on the top side with a good push from Purdy. And they're wrecking. Holmes is going around and upside down. Zane Smith around. A big one here at Daytona, but keep in mind, this is not the finish of this race. We will see a 1-lap shootout restart. He's got his teammate Chase Purdy pushing him on the bottom with 1 to go at Daytona. And Creed has the early jump, but Core is trying to come around the outside with Braden giving him a shove.
Good pushes from the second row for both these guys. Look at him push.
Self is still there, back in 5th position. The front 2 rows, side by side, nose to tail, bumper to bumper. Core in front, wiggles a bit. Core on the backstretch. Coming right back is Sheldon Creed. They're still side by side going into 3.
Let's see who gets the advantage going in 3.
Creed on the bottom side. Purdy is going around hard into the wall. Core goes with him. Caution. And we'll try again. One more time to decide the season opener from Daytona and ARCA. And it's a great jump from Michael Self back to the front.
Let's see if Tom Hessert can clear Willie Mullins now. Here comes Natalie Decker. She's pulling up in the back bumper of Willie Mullins. Outside line has a little bit of energy now. There's Tolman in the 78. He's now trying to decide whether he's going inside or outside.
And we know Max Tolman is fast. He was fast early.
25 is going to line up behind Hessert here.
And Self is all by himself. He has no help going down the backstretch. Half a lap to go. Does Michael Self have a big enough cushion? Mullins and Hessert for second, with Decker trying to push Hessert to see if they can catch Michael Self as they head to turn number 4. Michael Self has a cushion. Headed down through the tri-oval. Michael Self is going to win at Daytona. Win number 2, and it's at the biggest stock car race in the ARCA series.
Look at the excitement.
Momentum. And we have a car around. It's Doza into the wall. Caution. And we will go to overtime.
No, we stay green. We stay green. I think we can stay green. That car was well out of the way over in turn 2.
It is, so we will race to the finish. 4 in the mix right now. Creed trying to hold off Purdy.
Oh, trouble!
Now they'll crash hard. The big one at Talladega is on the final lap. Will we stay green or go white? It's green for the moment. Creed, Perkins, and we do go to caution.
It could cause some big problems.
So the bottom line might be the place to go, and they get the early jump. Back to green, 1 to go at Talladega and ARCA, and Creed has the early advantage.
See, the 98 didn't go, out of gas.
Self trying to get around on the top side. He needs some help. Josh Williams there with him. He's in trouble. Zane Smith has momentum. He'll try to duck upside. Core will come with him.
Remember, Jeff Stankin was saying that 41 car, their teammate is really fast.
Looking 3 wide down the backstretch. and Herbst goes around. Big contact taking Josh Williams with him. Caution.
He's on the button.
Overtime again. Green again at Talladega, and 1 to go. As they have been all race, they remain side by side, lined up 2 by 2, banging up front. Top 4 all glued together. Smith and Graff in the front row.
Teammates lined up on the inside. Zane Smith and Creed.
That's Creed in the white car. On the bottom in row 2. Self, the Daytona winner, in the green and white Sinclair car up top.
Ooh, they're banging together.
The front 2 check out just a bit. And Smith and Graff are still glued together. Does Graff have enough fuel to get there?
He needs a big push.
Creed looking to find space on the bottom below the yellow line. Gets back up in line. Graff still hanging on. Williams comes to the bottom. Top 2 to the line. Even. Photo finish. Zane Smith has won by inches at Talladega.
And as it comes out, it does so with Harrison Burton getting a nice jump.
Look at the side drafting by Christian Eckes. How about that push by Todd Gilliland, the black car pushing Harrison Burton?
The inside road definitely driving away from the field. But there's still over 2 miles to settle this one.
What a great job by Todd Gilliland. But are they too far out there, Chris?
You know,
they're going to have some momentum when they get there.
The top line looks to be making some headway.
Into turn 3. 2 corners and a trial to go to see if an 18-year-old can win a 200-mile race. Gilliland looks outside.
He has Eckes lined up behind him.
And it's going to be a drag race to the finish line, and it will be the 18-year-old picking up his 3rd ever ARCA win, but none bigger than the Daytona 200. Can anybody make a run on Todd Gilliland? The 18 and 20 cars are going to try to hook up and do just that. This one's going to be a fun to the finish line.
There's going to be no room in the bottom. He's going to have to go around the outside. He fakes to the outside. Not going to happen.
Todd Gilliland crosses the start-finish line and grabs the win for DGR Crosley. An 18-year-old, we said, that needed a confidence boost. The youngest winner in ARCA history, though, an all-out dash to the finish line. Next flag that comes out will determine the winner of the Lucas Oil 200 driven by General Tire.
Haley needs a little bit of help from Drew Dollar, that 15 car, maybe to make a move on Michael Self.
Down to 3,600-foot backstretch. Cars remaining nose to tail. A breakaway pack of 6, the final 2 corners.
I'm not sure Drew's close enough to Haley to really give her much help to try to do something with Michael Self.
Here comes Michael Self. Will anybody compete with him? No. Michael Self wins for the 8th time. He has captured his 2nd Daytona 200.
To hold him back.
Well, Ryan Repko, it's just his 4th ever race. Meanwhile, Brett Holmes has been in 64 of these. Brett Holmes doesn't have an ARCA Menards Series win. None of the top 3 have an ARCA Menards Series win.
Now you got to tell the teammates not to wreck each other. Oh, he lifted.
He did.
Unreal. And we were doubting the kid, Todd.
Yeah. For the final time, off turn 4, can Drew Dollar hold him off?
You better start swerving and start break that draft a little bit. I think he's got it.
He's got it. He's too
In
far
just
back.
his 5th race, it
Brett
looks like
Holmes coming
Drew
to the
Dollar
inside.
will be an ARCA Menards Series winner in perhaps the most unexplainable way we've seen yet.
As he drops down, takes that hard left.
That's our leader on the left, Corey Heim. Don't go down. down too soon here.
he is in front of his teammate. Look at how they're jammed up pushing on the bottom.
You hear him come up through the gears. Good start. Trying to block his teammate, Drew Dollar. Drew Dollar with a hard push.
Drew pushed him sideways through 1 and 2.
Worry here is they're going to get too big of a lead here on Brett Holmes, and he's going to have a huge run here coming off of turn number 4.
Here they come off of turn 4. Last lap. Corey Heim, the 18-year-old, getting hold on, and he does. Corey Heim wins at Daytona. Flag in the air, that means 1 lap to go. The next flag will end this race.
Oh, you see the 15 of Drew Dollar jump down behind his teammate. That's really what they needed. They needed to have a gap. And if they get into second and third here, I'd be very worried if I was Brett Holmes. I'd got to be worried now because he's way out front, and you see the top starting to build momentum.
Yeah, he's going to try to block both lanes. Not going to be able to get the top. Now he's stuck in the middle.
Now Nick Sanchez to the point. Corey Heim to the outside, the Daytona winner.
Drew Dollar's going to jump up there with his teammate. Venturini cars on the outside.
Nick Sanchez needs a little bit of help.
He's got Dave Mader behind him on the inside. Ooh, trouble. That's behind the pack, though. We should stay green.
It's not over yet. Sanchez has a big run. The start-finish line's way down here. Oh, his partner bailed on him.
No help. 63 of Mader, and it's over.
What a great
How
run
did he
by
do
Dave
it,
Mader.
Corey Heim?
Sean Corr trying to shove his way down to the inside. Couldn't quite do it.
We had some contact in the front there.
There's Daniel Dye moving by Sean Corr. There's Tony being pushed by Drew Dollar.
She's trying to keep it locked on that yellow line, staying on the bottom, staying in line. Tony Breidinger right now in the fourth spot, and there's contact. Drew Dollar hard into the wall.
I think her and Tony got together there.
Big hit for Drew Dollar.
We're going to race this one out, it looks like.
Caution is not out yet. It's so far away to the backstretch.
Here he comes. It's been his day. He has absolutely dominated. Corey Heim does it at Daytona.
Just absolutely dominated today from the very get-go.
Sanchez, and you got to be able to continue that run. I think the outside lane's got to stay committed to each other for at least a few laps here, as you see the pushings getting really aggressive.
Brett Holmes getting impatient. Is it too soon?
Oh, wrecking in the lead.
Come on.
Daniel Dye goes away, goes around, tries to save it, the 43.
Good save. No, that's not what he wants, but it's a good save, keeping that car, and still has a shot to continue the race.
And that's the caution. That's
being
told
caution is out.
Race.
That's it.
All right, we need the replay, see who the leader is.
Remember, the ARCA officials will go to whatever video they have to determine who's leading, who's ahead at the moment of the caution flag. We'll have to go back and look to see exactly who was ahead when the caution was displayed. And actually, it's when we're hearing that Nick Sanchez is going to be crowned the winner, and the 23 of Brett Holmes will be second.
Nick flag about to be displayed.
Once we get the white flag, the next flag will end this race. There goes Jesse Love making it 3 wide.
Jesse Love 3 wide into turn 1.
Jason White.
Jason White continues to lead. Greg Van Alst is there. Connor Mosack.
You're trying to get the run off the nose of the 18, and if you're Jason White, you're just ready to block it because you know the runs are going to be coming. Right now the bottom's already not very organized and have to generate another run. Your only other opportunity is going to be coming off of turn 4.
It's all Jason White right now, but here comes Greg Van Alst. Ducks out, gets alongside. They're nose to nose. Greg Van Alst to the lead. Connor Mosack comes with him. Out of turn 4. They're wrecking behind him. He does it. Greg Van Alst wins it at Daytona.
It's a great job. Great way to time out the run, be able to be there. He was up front the entire race, had a fast car. Congrats.
Here we go. This is it.
White flag is in the air for Jesse Love, Gus Dean, Andres Perez, Brett Holmes, and Jack Wood.
Where's the move going to come from? You see a little bit of a gap. Brett Holmes is backing up to Jack Wood.
I wonder if they backed up too far. They don't have enough cars behind him to generate a run, but obviously Jesse Love has quite a few cars in between him to be able to make the right move, the right block.
Here comes Brett Holmes. He does have a little bit of momentum. He does pull out. Ooh, Perez looked like he faded to the outside as well. Gus Dean's going to jump out of line for a moment. Now pulls back in line. Here comes Brett Holmes. Got Jack Wood with him on the outside.
Jack Wood thinks more of it. He goes back in line.
It's just going to be blocks all the way to the start-finish line. Jesse's looking good here.
Jesse Love in the 20. The 18-year-old from Redwood City, California, comes across the line and he wins at Talladega. One happy crew chief and Shannon Rush right there. I've been watching and listening for a long time. Here it is. Everything on the line. Who will win at Daytona? There they go, side by side, the teammates. They head into turn 1. Jake Finch, Gus Dean.
They weren't able to do what we expected as far as the teammate restart. It's delayed a lot further, and Gus Dean has the advantage now as the second place car. And Andres Perez has a big run here. He's trying to get clear. Gus Dean's getting way too far out in front, and we're going to have a run from the outside as well.
Jake's going to have a run. Now it seizes up a little bit. Little side draft on Andres Perez.
It's going to depend on which lane gets the bigger push.
Oh, no.
Jake Finch goes around and dominated this race, wrecking all over the place at the front of the field. That will end this race. Andres Perez, huge hit on top of another car. Gus Dean in the 55 will unofficially be the winner of this race, winning the 100th race for Venturini Motorsports, his third career win in the ARCA Menard Series, driving like he's been doing it for years.
Well, if he's able to pull this off, this is the most uneventful race he'll ever have and go to victory lane in.
Final lap. Can Jake Finch hang on for the win for his first ARCA Menards National
Christian Rose
Series
pulls out
win?
a line. Tanner Gray fills the hole. He doesn't go with him here.
Christian Rose, he went
for it.
He's going for it. Will he have any help right now? No. Chris Wright trying to block there in the second spot. Doesn't work. He slips back. Gives up that third spot.
Yep, Gus Dean stays to the inside, puts Christian Rose back to 5th.
So Christian goes for it, loses 2 spots.
Watch that mirror, Jake. Just watch that mirror. Keep that 15 car behind you.
Oh, the 55 does not go with Tanner Gray.
Meanwhile, Jake Finch, he told us he doesn't use his mirrors a whole lot. Listens to that spotter. The move comes. Remember, the start-finish line is deep into the racetrack, not at the normal spot. He gets it done.
Wow.
Jake Finch, a perfect race, leads all 76 laps. Shannon Rush back to victory lane as the crew chief.